So normally at this time of year, we'd be organising our flagship event, Feast for Peace, which celebrates the cultural diversity of Preston. But like many other events, we've had to cancel. So we've decided to go online. And this year we have developed a project called Preston Roots, where we are inviting people to share stories of their heritage whilst creating a dish that evokes fond memories of their roots. And this week is Refugee Week, and we'd like to celebrate by introducing my lovely friend, Lady Milena Grenfell-Baines. Milena came here as a Jewish refugee from Prague in 1939. And Milena, it's really lovely to see you in your kitchen. Could you tell us a little bit more about your journey here?
Well, yes, I was 9.5, and I had a sister. I have a sister, but she at the time was 3.5. When in May 1939, my mother told us that we were going to go to England. I can't really remember, what happened at the time. It's over 90 years ago. Well, 80 years ago, actually, when I was 9. But we were taken to the railway station. My grandfather came with us and put on a train with a lot of other children, Jewish children. And I came to England, came to London, where we were collected by a very nice gentleman who we eventually called Daddy Ratcliffe, who took us to a town near Manchester called Ashton-under-Lyne. And because they had a very small house, they only had 2 bedrooms, they actually sent their daughter to live with their grandmother so that they could take us in, the 2 of us. And eventually, it's a long story, Kay, but we were reunited with our parents. Both managed to escape to England. And I stayed in England ever since. And because we're talking about memories and food, which is what it's about this week, probably the most popular food in the whole of Czechoslovakia, as it was then, is a special soup. And it's called a bramboračka, which means a potato soup, which I'm going to make for you.
And I've had that soup and it's absolutely delicious.
Well, I've got all the ingredients and I've got my help with me here who's going to try and film it and show you how the soup is made. I've made one batch very early this morning to show you what it looks like when it's finished. So I'm going to go over to the cooker now and show you what goes into the soup and how it's made. Well, I started cooking because it would take too long, but I'll show you the ingredients. First of all, we need a celeriac. There it is. You can see that. I can see it in there. Celeriac. And then carrot, onion, garlic. There's a garlic. And some chopped potatoes. I can actually see it. And a special ham cube for the stock, because that makes a big difference. Sour cream. And what we use are dried mushrooms. You can use fresh mushrooms, but these are dried mushrooms. And they've been soaked.
How long do you need to
dried mushrooms which have been, just before you start cooking.
Okay.
You know, just because they're dry.
Yeah.
But you can use fresh mushrooms. And also caraway seed.
Oh, lovely.
Caraway seed. And marjoram. Marjoram is a very popular herb in the Czech Republic. It's used with a lot of food. And then what you do, you sweat the carrots. The caraway seed, the garlic, and the celeriac first. And then you add the stock. That's it, the stock, which I've made with these ham cubes.
How much water did you put in?
There's about, dare I say, a pint,
Right.
or well, it's a pint in English, and if you want 600 mils,
Okay.
600, so pint. And these ham cubes are very good because they've got all the salt that you need to put in. They're very well flavored. And then you add the potatoes. I've got the chopped potatoes here. You would add those in and let it all cook. And then you put the garlic in, of course, and some sour cream at the end. Sour cream. And then to thicken it, you just whiz part of it up in a little food processor. Once it's cooked, you put a bit of it in the food processor, whiz that up, put it back, and here we are. We've got it here ready on the plate, and I've just sprinkled a little bit of chopped parsley. And if you want the proper recipe, hold on. I don't know whether you can see it. Yeah.
It's lovely. Yeah.
There's the recipe, and you've got a copy of it, and I can let you have some leaflets. If you just follow the recipe, you'll get exactly what we've got here. And Rona, who's holding the camera, has had it many times, and all my friends, and you've had it as well.
Yeah.
It's very easy. I made this batch about 20 minutes before we started filming, and it's the most popular soup in the Czech Republic.
Wow, thank you so much. I was just going to ask about the celeriac. Is that something that's used quite a lot in the Czech Republic?
Yeah, well, if you can't get it, you can use normal celery. But
right.
The celeriac, it has. I mean, it looks very ugly when you see it. Can you see? But you just peel it, and you can use it instead of celery. But what you can also do with this is cut it in very fine slices, dip it in egg and breadcrumbs, and fry it, and you get celeriac fritters.
Oh, I haven't tried that.
Oh yes, it's lovely. It's great.
I really like it, but it's not a common vegetable here.
No, well, certainly Booths always have it.
Yeah.
And I think Norman, on the market, Norman, he'll get it for you.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, lovely.
So there it is.
And that, thank you so much. And can I just ask you a little bit about how you've made your home, Preston, for quite a considerable amount, quite some time now, haven't you?
Yeah.
So how long have you lived in Preston?
Oh, I see. Right. Well, my goodness, I came to Preston in 1945.
Wow.
And I trained as a nursery nurse in the Preston nurseries. And then eventually I went to work as an au pair. I went to France for 2 years, and I came back and married, and I've lived in Preston ever since.
So you must like it.
Well, I'm an old a very old Prestonian, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you've done. I think every year you've supported Feast for Peace with various.
Yes, we've been on the market. In fact, Rona, who's holding this camera, she's been there with me.
Yeah.
We made this soup, I think, 3 years ago, and then we made some potato pancakes.
That's
And of course, I hadn't realised it would have been just about this week when we would have been there. That's right. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we would have. Yeah, we certainly would have been organising it. Now we would have been busy.
That's right. Yeah. Yes.
So thank you so much. So I might even need to pop round and have a bowl of soup. My mouth's
well, it's ready here when you come.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That's lovely.
Thank you. Bye.
See you soon. Bye bye.